Welcome to a new episode of Awaz of Self-Development. Today, we'll talk about a subject we often hear about but rarely live deeply, focusing on yourself. In a world full of noise, messages, notifications, and pressure, it's so easy to get lost. We listen to everyone, but forget to listen to the most important person, ourselves. And the simple truth is, if I can't focus on myself, I'll end up living a life chasing other people's goals, not my own. Focusing on yourself is not selfishness. It's respect for my energy, my thoughts, my dreams. When I give myself time to listen to my inner voice clearly, everything in life becomes calmer, clearer, and stronger. And the benefits? Endless. Those who focus on themselves know how to make decisions without hesitation. They can separate their priorities from others' demands. They protect themselves from distractions that steal their time and life. When you focus, anxiety eases, thoughts sharpen, and energy grows. You might ask, so how do I start? Here are a few simple steps. 1. Clear time every day. Just 10 minutes to breathe deeply or write your feelings on paper. The key is to pause the race. 2. Reduce digital noise. You don't have to answer every notification or follow everything. Your phone is a tool, not a master. 3. Define your priorities clearly. Ask yourself each morning, what matters most to me today? And focus on that. Believe me, when you give yourself the right to focus, you'll discover you're stronger than you ever expected. You'll realize happiness isn't in what you have or what you lack. Happiness comes from that inner clarity that keeps you steady, no matter the storms around you. Closing thought, I'll leave you with one idea. Every time you choose to focus on yourself, you're choosing to live life consciously, not by accident. And remember, there's nothing more powerful, nothing more elegant than being present for yourself first. But let me tell you something important. Focusing on yourself is a journey, not a destination. Today, it might begin with 10 minutes of silence. Tomorrow, maybe half an hour of journaling. And later, perhaps a big decision that shifts the direction of your life. What's certain is this: every small step back to yourself gives you more strength and allows you to live your life on your own terms, not someone else's. Imagine yourself as a mirror. Each time you focus inward, you wipe away the dust from other people's opinions, from society's noise, from your old fears. With time, the mirror becomes clear and it reflects your truth with sharpness. And a person who sees themselves clearly is not easily lost. Here lies a beautiful secret. When you focus on yourself, you're actually creating the greatest gift you can offer the world, because you become a clearer, stronger, more authentic version of yourself, and that version inspires everyone around you, even without words. So let me leave you with these lines. Focus on yourself, not to distance from others, but to come closer to your truth. Focus on yourself, not to build walls, but to build strong foundations. Focus on yourself because you deserve to live a conscious life filled with meaning, not just a life that happens by accident. And if one day you feel lost, scattered, or overwhelmed, remember, the solution is not outside. The solution is within. Lift your head, take a deep breath, and return to yourself. There, you will always find peace, clarity, and the courage to continue. Remember this: focus on yourself. No matter how much you've ignored yourself in the past, no matter how much attention you've given to others, if you keep doing that, you are leaving yourself behind. Focus on yourself. Take care of yourself. Follow your goals step by step. Don't get distracted by anything else. This is your life, your path, your journey. Give yourself the attention, love, and energy you deserve. Because when you focus on yourself, everything else starts falling into place naturally. Your clarity increases, your strength multiplies, and your life truly becomes yours. And never forget, focusing on yourself is not a choice, it's a necessity. Every minute you spend preoccupied with others at the expense of yourself is a minute lost from your life. Chase your dreams without hesitation. Be present with yourself in every step. Don't let anything distract you from what truly matters. Remember, true strength, true happiness, begin when you give yourself the importance you deserve. Focus on yourself. Take care of yourself. Live your life your way, and don't let anyone or anything steal this moment from you. And remember this: life is short, and time is your most precious resource. Every moment you ignore yourself, every moment you let the noise of the world pull you away from your inner voice, is a moment lost forever. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It is essential. It is the foundation of clarity, strength, and fulfillment. When you invest in yourself, when you nourish your mind, your heart, and your spirit, you become unstoppable. Start by listening to yourself. What do you truly want? What makes your heart come alive? What dreams have you ignored because you were too busy pleasing others? These questions are not easy, but they are absolutely vital. Maybe the hardest part of this journey isn't finding the answer, but daring to truly listen to it, because the answer might be different from what society, your family, or your friends expect from you. You might realize that you haven't really been living your own life, but following a script written by others. And this is where courage comes in. The courage to admit it to yourself first, and then to take even a small step toward what you love. Ask yourself, if I follow my heart, what's the very first small step I can take today? If I stop trying to please everyone, what would really happen? Would I truly lose them? Or maybe I'd finally find myself? The answer doesn't have to be a huge change or a life-altering decision right away. Sometimes real transformation begins with a moment of awareness, with the decision to say, from today, I will be more honest with myself. Many times, change doesn't require huge plans or big promises. Sometimes all it takes is to pause for a moment and face yourself with honesty. Ask yourself, what are the things I do just to please others? And what are the things that truly reflect my real self? When we start answering these questions honestly, we realize that we are freeing ourselves from the pressures and expectations we placed on ourselves, or that society placed on us. Being honest with yourself is the key that opens the door to transformation. Because if you're not honest with yourself, how can you know the right path for you? And without even noticing, your daily decisions become more mindful, your steps become clearer, and with time, your whole life can change. Just because you said, from today, I want to be honest with myself. Sometimes we think that being honest with ourselves is easy, but in reality, it's one of the hardest challenges. Why? Because it forces us to face truths we may not want to see. But let me remind you of something important. Facing the truth doesn't mean weakness. On the contrary, it's the very first step towards strength. When you are honest with yourself, you become braver, your decisions grow wiser, and the pressure on your heart becomes lighter. Honesty with yourself doesn't just save you pain, it gives you freedom. The freedom to be you, without masks, without constantly trying to please everyone. People may not always understand you, and some may even judge you. But remember, the one who truly knows your worth is you. And your honesty with yourself will guide you to choose the people, places, and opportunities that genuinely reflect who you are. In the end, being honest with yourself is not about perfection. It's about courage. The courage to admit your feelings, take responsibility for your choices, and walk a path that truly belongs to you. And the more you practice this honesty, the lighter your steps will feel, and the closer your life will be to truth, to freedom, and to you. So let this be your reminder. Real strength begins with being true to yourself. Maybe the biggest lie we hear in life is the lie we tell ourselves. The lie where we hide our true selves behind excuses or masks we created just to fit in with the world. But the truth? Nothing frees the soul like the moment you dare to face yourself honestly. Being honest with yourself isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. If you don't know yourself, you'll keep walking someone else's path and you'll always feel out of place, even among 1,000 people. But when you look within and say, this is me, that's when freedom begins. That's when true life begins. The path might not be easy. Honesty reveals painful truths. It shows us our weaknesses and mistakes. But at the same time, it teaches us that weakness can create strength and mistakes help carve the path. Being true to yourself is the compass that guides you, even when everything around you feels lost. So don't fear the truth, because the truth won't break you, it will free you. The more honest you are with yourself, the closer you get to inner peace, and the more you feel like you're truly living your own life, not someone else's. Closing message: true strength isn't showing perfection to the world. True strength is being honest with yourself and living truthfully, even if the world doesn't understand you. I'd like to share a small piece of advice. Focus on yourself and give yourself the time to develop your abilities. Walk confidently toward your goals, try new things, and learn new skills that expand your horizons. Be brave and embrace every experience as an opportunity to grow. Remember, every small step you take brings you closer to the best version of yourself. And with that, we've reached the end of today's episode. Always remember, being honest with yourself, working on your growth, and pursuing your dreams is the path to a truly fulfilling life, full of peace and freedom. Walk with steady steps, be true to yourself, and enjoy every moment of your journey. Until the next episode, stay inspired and full of positive energy.